Good morning, van fans. Today is the day we start the install of the fan, finally. As you can see, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and there's a lot of moisture on the roof, so I've been drying that off, and the sun's about to come over the trees over there and hit the roof, and that'll finish drying it off. And in the meantime, I can be making more preparations. I've got everything I need here, my saw to cut the hole, pre-drill the holes, and put in the screws, tape measure, cleaning. Over here I've got my butyl tape and my die core sealant. This is the 14 by 14 template that I've made. There's the fan, tape. I'm gonna be making all those preparations. I've already marked, you can't really see it, but there's marks with a Sharpie on the ceiling. I've already measured everything off, but I'm going to still use the template and get things started. So stand by. Here we go. There's no turning back at this point. I drilled a pilot hole, stupid shade, right there in dead center from the inside after measuring for about an hour. Just trying to make sure I've got everything centered. I've got pilot holes drilled in the corners now, and I've got to make them bigger to fit the jigsaw in. So there's not much else I can do except start cutting now. I just have to go along this line. I had my template laid out and got should be the exact size. And underneath here I've got a plastic garbage bag taped up around to collect all the little metal filings, and as I'm going along I've got a magnet here to help pick up any tiny pieces, and I'm using the mini vac here, so shouldn't be any issues with having any little metal filings around afterwards that I won't have to deal with. So there it is. A nice big hole in my van. Caught all the shavings, that's good. Kept everything pretty clean. Now we'll see if the thing will fit. Wish me luck. Alright, I've let the paint dry where I touched up from the cutting. Now I've applied butyl tape to the hole. I've got a double layer in between the ribs to kind of even it out. So, and then the fan itself has another layer, so we'll have butyl tape all the way around. And then after I screw it in, then I've got my die core sealant over there, self-leveling, so don't think we'll have any problem with any leaks, but it won't be long now. Perfect fit, first time, just dropped it right in. So now I clean up the edges, put a little Rust-Oleum paint around there after I finish filing it, and then we can start sticking it down. After I paint it, probably let it dry for a little while and then get started on filling up and sealing everything after lunch. And we have a successful operation. I got the butyl tape down, got the fan screwed in, applied liberal amounts of lap sealant all around. I'll have to come back and clean up the excess mess later. I'm not worried about that right now. But as you can see, it is actually working. I have to say, I was kind of worried about this whole installation, but it went 99% perfectly. Just a temporary wiring in right now. This fan, one cool thing is it's got an DC plug rather, at the back, so I could test it out easily. Once we get further into the installation, building of the van, that of course will be wired to my power supply, solar energy power station. So cool. Now I can get to work on getting those 2 sections of ceiling. I'm still waiting from the manufacturer's parts department to get me my liners over there so I can make an accurate template for the roof on ceiling on that side. So, thanks for watching. Check this out. It works. I actually knew what I was doing. It couldn't have gone any smoother if it had to. The last thing to do on the fan is to fit the piece that goes underneath to dress it up. And they sent this thing depending on the height of your ceiling, and since I really don't have any ceiling space at all, I'm pretty flush with where my headliner is going to be, then I needed to just trim it to the point where it fits into the bottom of the fan, and I measured that, it was about 3/4 of an inch. So the problem is, well, how do I cut this thing? I can't get my jigsaw up against that. So I thought about, well, it's soft plastic, I could just use a razor blade and score it. So how could I do that? So I measured, and then I said, well, I've been painting, so this paint stir stick was absolutely perfect to use as a guide, and just clamped it on. And then I take my razor knife and started scoring across that, and it just took a few minutes to get this first cut done. As you can see, that'll be ready to pop right off. So, problem solved.